What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight 8610, and today we have our Yugioh Arc-V episode 11 discussion video for you guys. And I'm wearing my shirt that I got from Loot Crate. I got this, you'll see it on my other channel. I don't know if you guys heard of Loot Crate. It's a pretty awesome thing. I do like an opening of those every month because you get them in the mail and stuff, and they usually, or I guess not all the time they come with a t-shirt, but most of the time they do. And this was the one I got. It was like Back to the Future and Transformers kind of mix. So, I don't know, just kind of cool. Thought I'd wear it for this episode to kind of show you guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this episode. This is actually a pretty cool episode. It is X-Sabers versus the Superheavy Samurais. This is the end of this sort of, where we're seeing these older archetypes for now. I'm hoping this won't be the end of that, though. I mean, you know, we saw Constellars. Well, I guess we saw Monarchs, if you want to start with them. Constellars, Gem Knights, and this is going to be the last one, the X-Sabers. Next episode, we're seeing an anime archetype, you know, more of those, which we'll get to here in a little bit. And I'm hoping that this won't be the end of seeing, of course, you know, these archetypes that are actually in the game that we are hoping to see. Because I know you guys left a lot of different comments of your archetypes you're open to see in the anime. You know, like I said, I for one would like to see Master Heroes, you know, if that's possible, to see like the hero archetype again, and like Dragunities and stuff too, Gishkis, you know, there's so many I can name off. I want to see like just about everything. And I know there's no way, but you know, I have so many different ones I want to see. And not just in the background stuff, actually duels like we've seen. So I was a little bit sad on that because I'm like, I really hope this won't be the end of that, because so far it's awesome, and I can't wait for Shinji. Yes, Shinji. I'm still trying to memorize all these names. I believe that's his name. Come back and also use more of the Monarchs. So I'm really hoping that we're going to see him. Anyway, with this episode, though, of course, it is X-Sabers versus Superheavy Samurais. We've heard a little bit about them before in the actual card game because they're in Next Challengers, which we're going to talk more about those in the future as well, because it actually looks like a pretty cool archetype. And we learned that Noboru is his name, or I guess you can call him like they do in the anime, of course, Gon Gensuga? Gensuga, yeah. It's just such a long name. I used to call him Noboru. Anyway, that he uses a deck that is only monsters, like no spells or traps. So I kind of found that to be kind of interesting. And what he calls steadfast dueling, where it's basically kind of stalling and stuff. He uses more defensive monsters, which kind of makes sense. Super heavy samurais, you know, they look more defensive and everything too. So that was pretty neat. I thought that was kind of an interesting thing for his character, because we didn't really, I don't think they've really said anything about him. I mean, I think we saw his monsters, a few of his monsters, like first episode, if I'm not mistaken. And after that, I mean, we really didn't know too much about him. And I always thought it was kind of weird anyway, because he's supposed to be, I believe, from a different school. So I was like, why is he always there? You know, I mean, I get that they're friends and everything, but it seems like he's always at their school. So I kind of found that to be interesting, that we learned a little bit more about his character and stuff, and know that he's good friends with Yugioh, and how he does not want to use any spells or traps. He doesn't want to even use action spell cards, which I personally liked, because you know how I feel about action duels on that, the action spell cards. So I kind of thought it was cool for a character not to always be running for one of those the whole time. Anyway, though, going against X-Sabers, of course, X-Sabers, in a way I was kind of disappointed. I hate to say that because it was freaking awesome, but I was hoping they would go with a few extra synchros. Like, you know, it's kind of the way I felt with the other archetypes. It was cool what they did. I'm glad to see M7, you know, the Mega Monarchs too, and or just Mobius Mega Monarch. And like even for Gem Knight, see Master Diamond. But I was kind of hoping to see some other, you know, some of the other main cards archetype had. But I guess you just can't do that in longer episodes. That's just me wishing for more, I guess. You know, so I was kind of hoping for, you know, of course with this one, to see a few more boss monsters from X-Sabers. You know, I know the Golems was like the main boss monster, you know, and then we saw Soza, Full Helm Knight, and all that too. But I was hoping to see like a few of the other synchros, like Wayne, which I know he's not as good, but I just think he's, you know, kind of a funny card because he has like cowboy hat and everything. Looks pretty cool, and you know, a few of the other ones too. I just kind of hoping to see that, but you know, that's just me being nitpicky. I know. I just, you know, it just would have been cool. But he keeps summoning Golems basically in this duel, so I found that to be kind of funny. It does show how X-Sabers do still have power and stuff, and how they're able to synchro summon fairly easily. And that synchros are a pretty big threat, especially in the anime stuff too. They were just summoning like crazy, so that was pretty cool. Just mainly see synchros again, because I don't think in Zell we didn't see synchros at all. It's like they didn't exist. If I'm, you know, I haven't watched all of season 2. Is the reason I say I don't think so. And I think in the manga, Yuma goes against like a synchro user, but that's about it. And I haven't read all that yet, because of course it's not completed. But it was really nice to see synchro cards again in the anime, so that was really interesting, especially seeing, of course, X-Sabers yet again. And yeah, in this duel, basically, the X-Saber guy's trying to build up monsters and keep synchro summoning stuff and run over Noboru's monsters, but he has his main card that he has, which is like one of the super heavy samurais that has a high defense, and he's always blocking and stuff, and basically trying to set up for, you know, something. You can tell the whole time he's setting up. And that's what I liked on this duel too. I found kind of funny is that when he uses, the X-Saber guy uses Gotham's effect to make Noboru get rid of 2 cards from his hand. Yeah, and those were the 2 cards that ended up being, you know, the cards that won for him because, well, sort of, we'll get to that. Because once they're in the graveyard, they actually can activate from the graveyard. They're just monsters and stuff. So, whenever he's about to win everything he attacks, you can see that Noboru activates one of the cards, which then makes it where it sends the attack back at him. And then the guy uses one of the X-Saber cards, I don't remember the exact name, but basically it negates it, sends it back at the opponent, the effect damage. I believe it's a real card too. The one is an X-Saber sword. It's like, I can't remember it for the life of me. I mean, maybe someone will say in the comments. But anyway, you know, he uses that, sends it right back at him. Then Noboru activates the other card that he had that goes sent to the graveyard by that effect, and it makes it where, I believe, like it negates that effect, and then it was something like it combines all the levels of the monsters on the field, and then times 100 it does damage to both players on that. So of course, what was it, like 3,400 damage or 3,300 damage, something like that, and of course it ends up being a draw. So that was actually kind of surprising. We have a win, a loss, and then a draw. So then, of course, in this episode, we see Renji. Yeah, I believe Renji is his name. I'm still trying to, like, again, you guys have to work with me on that. I'm terrible at memorizing names of, like, anime characters most of the time, so I'm trying to get all these names. Although Renji should be easy for me to remember yet again, since, you know, Bleach. And so we're going to see him versus Yugioh next duel. So, looks pretty awesome. He's going to be using the Triple D archetype, you know, DDD is the actual name of it. We've seen some of those. They're, like, getting their own special pack for Japan, like a promo pack, and, let's see, I think some of them are going to be in Next Challenger, if I'm not mistaken. And it looks pretty cool. I think it's, and like the episode title was like the Different Dimension King or King of Different Dimension. It was something of that extent. So I don't think they really do work with Different Dimension cards. It could be wrong. But I thought that was kind of cool to, you know, because I always thought that was kind of a cool archetype that always had the Different Dimension cards. So I can't wait for this next episode, and seems pretty cool. I mean, I can't wait to know more about this character. I believe that the Triple D archetype, that's just what I'm going to call it, I believe they have pendulum monsters in them as well, from what I've seen. You know, I don't think we know the effects of a few of them because we're going to get that info, I think, like next month or something like that. Because I don't think all of them were revealed. I think a few were because they're like promos and stuff. But I believe, of course, that's why that's how, I guess, he knew how to pendulum summon. Of course, that would have said how he shows Shinji how to, of course, go for a pendulum summon and everything. So, hopefully it's going to be pendulums versus pendulums next episode. I don't think it showed anything like that on the preview. I don't think they even showed any monsters, really. So, I was hoping it would kind of say, but this might end up being like a 2-episode duel again. So, I could see that happening. But yeah, what you guys think about this episode? Were you interested in it? Not interested? You know, you enjoy it? You know, tell me what you guys think on that. For me, like I said, I was a little bit sad to see that, you know, of course, no more X-Sabers, I guess, for now. Maybe in the future we'll see some of these archetypes again. I hope these characters won't just go away, because they're actually pretty enjoyable. I thought the Constellar guy is actually pretty funny. I thought it was kind of funny how, you know, and the Gymnast girl's so mean to him the whole time. How, like, he'll even say, like, that was a cool move or something, like, you know, just saying that he lost, and it's just so funny. I really enjoyed that, and I'm hoping those characters will kind of come back, maybe end up being, you know, kind of redeem themselves and be good guys, sort of, because I really want to see Gymnites especially, and Constellars too, and of course X-Sabers, and again, I'm hoping Shinji will still use Monarchs. And, of course, a lot of the others, like you guys suggested, too, in the comments. I would love to see a lot of different archetypes. You know, Gishkis. I mean, the list can go on and on with different archetypes that we'd love to see in the anime. I know, you know, we have, like, hundreds of different archetypes that we'd love to see in the anime. And I'm hoping that will happen soon. But yeah, tell me what you guys thought about the episode. Of course, thank you for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. Of course, we're going to talk about a lot of these different archetypes that were revealed in, of course, Next Challenger stuff. It's been a little bit late on those videos, but I've been really busy with stuff. But we're going to try to talk about them. Like, a bunch of Sora's cards are actually getting printed, of course. The Triple D archetype, Heavy Samurais, I believe the other Fantasia card that Yuzu used, and some other stuff too was revealed, and of course the new archetype. I can't remember their exact name, but they're like these giant, they're like these robot-like things. They're pendulum monsters. So I want to do more videos about those soon too, and I think there'll be like an update on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro and stuff too. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Thank you for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. Tell me what you enjoyed in this episode, and I will catch you guys later. See you.